Hi, I'm Jenna, and in this video, I'm going to share with you how insomnia once robbed me of my life. Like perhaps it's doing to yours. How no matter how I tried to fight it, it only seemed to get worse, day by day, until eventually my life was devoid of all the things I used to love to do. Perhaps you've had the same experience. A life you once loved, family you once cherished, a job or career you once adored, all robbed from you by chronic insomnia. Now, perhaps it sounds harsh to use past tense, like you no longer love these people and these things. But if your insomnia is as bad as mine eventually got, truthfully, nothing in life is the same anymore, is it? You dread bedtime, fearing that you won't sleep. You wake up, if you slept at all, feeling frustrated and tired. You live each day in a fog, unable to fully comprehend what's going on around you. Your work suffers. Your home life suffers. Your friends miss the old you. Your family needs you, but you're not able to fully be there for them because you're not fully functioning. And frankly, you've stopped caring. Of course you still love them, and you care about the quality of your work. But insomnia has drained you of everything. The ability to think straight, the ability to perform, and finally, and perhaps most frighteningly, the ability to care. Until your family is left frustrated at your inability to meet their needs. And you're hanging by a thread at work, or worse, due to poor performance. You find yourself getting more and more frustrated, too, because no one seems to really understand. At first, your family and friends seem concerned about your sleepless nights. But with no resolution in sight and no way to help, even they get tired of hearing about it day after day and grow irritated with your lack of ability to help them with their problems anymore. It's not that you don't want to help. You just can't. And yet, no one else seems to get that. They underestimate how hard chronic insomnia makes it to function, especially when you're living in a mind fog that seems like it will never end. That was once my life. For 5 years, I lived with chronic insomnia. It affected every area of my life. It made me about as useless as a walking zombie. I wasn't quite suicidal, but every day I would pray for a way for the pain to end, no matter what that would mean. It all started when I would have a few nights of insomnia here and there. I started taking those over-the-counter sleeping pills. When they stopped working, I went to see my doctor, and he prescribed me even heavier sleeping pills. Well, eventually, they stopped working too, and he gave me an even heavier option. But those pills left me with all kinds of bad side effects. And after a while, to my horror, even they stopped working too. It seemed I was out of options. My life seemed pretty hopeless. I still had a family to feed and a job to maintain, and people who counted on me. But I was pretty much useless. On the days I actually made it to work, I would trudge in, worrying that I would fall asleep at my desk, and wondering if I would get fired once they found me. My bosses kept questioning whether I really liked my job. I kept trying to convince them that I did, and that it was just lack of sleep that was ruining my performance. just as it was ruining every other area of my life. Finally, I'd had enough. I decided I just couldn't take it anymore. The sleeping pills weren't the answer. They never were. I decided I needed to go on a complete med wash and get them out of my system completely and learn to sleep naturally again, no matter what it took. I started studying every technique in the book, beginning with basic sleep hygiene. In doing so, I realized I had slowly started to violate every piece of good advice that existed on how to sleep well, which is actually very easy to do the more desperate you become. But I decided that it was definitely time to go back to the basics. And as I studied how to heal my own sleep, I realized there was one technique I had not even tried before, one that has a profound effect on an individual's ability to overcome insomnia by using the power of the brain. And when I learned about it, I felt a bit sheepish. You see, I'm also trained as a clinical therapist. I actually use this same technique with clients in therapy all the time to help them overcome a range of issues related to their thinking. I had just never thought about it or tried using it as a technique to conquer my own problem with chronic insomnia. So I started using the technique, and not surprisingly, it worked. In fact, it works exceptionally well and continues to work for me to maintain my own good sleep. I decided to put everything I've learned in my journey back to healthy sleep into a program to help others. I call it Heal Your Own Sleep, because you really can recover from chronic insomnia using the system I outline. And before you ask, it requires no mind-altering medications and no painful interventions. But you may be wondering, how can you help me overcome my insomnia problem? By using just the power of my mind. But the truth is, while that is the primary part of the program, I believe that overcoming chronic insomnia requires a holistic approach, one that includes working to change your mind, body, and spirit. Nowadays, I wake up refreshed, thankful for each new day, and grateful for a good night's sleep the night before. My family is especially glad to have me back again. I'm productive at work again. I can laugh and have fun with my friends and give my time, energy, and resources to others once again. All because I'm no longer trapped in a web of chronic insomnia. Imagine what it would be like to have the same experience. How would it feel to wake up refreshed and ready to tackle each day once again? Are you tired of struggling through each day? Waiting until that moment you can finally get into bed, only to find that sleep won't come? Are you fed up with living in a fog? And even more frustrated because there seems to be no end in sight? Have you taken every single pill and elixir you can think of and wasted untold amounts of time and money on missed work and on trips to the doctor that yield no results? It's time to stop the insanity. Your family needs you. Your friends need you. And you need to become yourself again. Nothing else has worked. So why not give the Heal Your Own Sleep system a try? It comes with an unconditional 60-day money-back guarantee. Try it on me and see if it doesn't improve the quality of your own sleep. Now, I must warn you, the system will take some work. The work isn't hard, but you do have to actually follow through and do it in order to see results. It's not hard, but it can be challenging. It will take some discipline and follow through. So if you don't think you can do some mental exercises and make a few lifestyle changes, this probably isn't the solution for you. But let's be honest. Haven't you already been looking for the solution for quite some time? It takes courage to change what's not working. And although it may not always be easy, it's not really all that difficult either when you're determined enough. It will just take some consistency and follow through on your part. You won't even need a full month to know that it's working. It takes 21 days to form a new habit. Replace your old habits and your old ways of thinking with my suggestions for just the next 21 days. 21 days will give you more than enough time to decide if the Heal Your Own Sleep system is working for you. What will you get back in return? Yourself. So consider today day 1 of your new insomnia-free life. Why wait any longer? Click the button below to get started right now.